Hey folks, good morning. Thanks for stopping by. I thought I'd take some time here and show you my cold plunge setup. Now I'm not going to compare and contrast different cold plunges, different companies. There are other YouTube channels that do that. I'm just going to show you what I've got. Some of those other sites that I looked at before I purchased my first cold plunge are good, but it seems like a few of them lean towards the more expensive options. So I'm going to show you a decent budget option that I've had for a year and a half, and it's worked out fantastic, so well that I actually upgraded. So let's go outside and take a peek at it. Okay, so this is the long pod from the Pod Company. They also make a barrel style version of this, which was what I start off in, and this is the tub style. Okay, I'm not going to waste a lot of your time with the stats. You can read about this on the Pod Company website, but real quick, this is the tub version that they produce. It is 62 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 21 inches tall. It holds 126 gallons of water. They state it can fit a person up to 6'9" tall or 400 pounds. Now I'm 5'11". I am 250 pounds, and I can fit with my shoulders to the back, the water up to my lips, my feet to the bottom here, and my knees are almost completely straight. I fit really nicely into it. This does have a metal frame around it that holds it upright. Now, I purchased the chiller when I originally got the barrel, but right now you can get a chiller, the 1/3 horsepower chiller, and the long pod on their website, and I think they have some other like water stabilizer and stuff like that. You can get that for
under $1,300.
My long pod plus this extra insulated top and sides. I already had the chiller, and it was under $1,000. They have sales. I have seen sales recently. Actually, I think it was Easter sale that it was something like $800, and then just the other day I noticed that it was not under $1,000 for this plus the chiller. So this has the insulated cover on it. Without the insulation, it has just a regular cover with elastic on around the edge to keep debris out. I also have, it came with a thermometer, and I have an ozone generator to help keep the water clean. As you can see on the inside, it's a white, and it has an inflatable ring on the top to also help keep it inflated and keep it from collapsing in on itself. This is the 1/3 horsepower chiller. On the website it states it's for climates 85 degrees Fahrenheit and cooler, and it can chill the water down to 41 degrees Celsius. I can tell you I've had this chiller since the beginning. I've gone through 2 winters with it and 1 summer here in Boise, Idaho. It gets in the low 100s, 105 or so. Mine is slightly exposed to the sun. I will oftentimes put a loading blanket on it, or I'll take some of these cushions off my outdoor furniture and stack it up to try to help keep the heat off of it. If I turn my chiller down to 34 degrees at around 8 p.m., by 5:30 in the morning, it is down to 32 to 36 degrees. It has like a 2-degree either side buffer. So this thing, I have had this down to 32 degrees in the summer. In the winter, I winterize the chiller, and then I just use ice cubes when necessary because the sun's lower on the horizon, so it gets more exposure to the sun. So that's fantastic. Sometimes you can augment it with ice. I started off the original ice pod with ice cubes, and it's a major pain to constantly put ice in it. It can get expensive. I highly recommend, if you go with any type of cold plunge, get the chiller. So this chiller also has a 20 micron filter on the outside that's easy to change. Very easy to winterize this chiller as well. You just close off the ports, the exit and the entry ports, and unhook it, and then I just move it inside. I also have the cleaning products over here. I have 3% hydrogen peroxide. That's a food grade hydrogen peroxide, a water stabilizer, and then a water cleaner enhancer, and then some test strips. I do that once a week. I'll add those three, the water stabilizer, the enhancer, and the hydrogen peroxide, just a capful, into a half gallon of water and pour it in. You will get some water. You'll lose some water when you step out. Water gets pulled out, and then there is some evaporation. So I refill it once a week with those cleaning products. And I haven't changed this water in 2.5 months. I will also once a week take a scrubber and scrub it. I put a pond pump I got off Amazon. I put that in there to help stir it up and push some of the debris towards the exit side so it goes to the 20 micron filter. I do this every morning. I get up between 5 and 5:30. What I've done now, for those of you that haven't cold plunged and you're worried about getting in water that's 32 degrees, yeah, 32 degrees is brutal. When I first got it, for about the first year or so, I would sit in it at about 30. I'd set it for 34 degrees, and it would cool it down to between 32 and 36. You know, when it gets to 36, it cools it down to 32, and then it lets it go up to 36 and then cools it back down. So I do that for about a year for 5 minutes. Yeah, it's friggin' miserable. Your hands, your feet, your naughty bits are burning by the time you get out. Recently, probably the past 3 months, I'll set it to 40. So during the day, I set it at 48, so it doesn't have a long way to go when it's cooling down for the next morning's plunge. So I'll set it at 48. It keeps it between 46 and 50. And before I go to bed, I set it to 40, 39 to 40. It'll go down to between 38 and 42. And when I get up in the morning, I leave the pump on, the filter on, so that it blows water. Makes it a little bit more challenging when water is moving, and I set in it for 10 minutes, and then every 2 minutes I put my head underwater. And I will tell you, if you're gonna do this, or if you do it now and you don't put your head underwater immediately, you need to do it. That is a game changer, getting your head underwater. As soon as you get in, you get that, you're trying to breathe, you suck it in, but as soon as you get under the water, you just get calm. So if you're not already doing that, you got to do it. Force yourself to get your head underwater immediately. And so I sit in it for 10 minutes, and every 2 minutes I put my head underwater. That helps make it a little bit more challenging, and also helps to make the time go by much quicker. So that's my setup. If you got any questions about it, please leave them below. Again, Ice Pod Company, the long pod, about $1,100 for this setup, not including the ozone maker, but they also have a deal out now that you can get some of those water cleaning products included in the package, and it is fantastic. It only weighs 17 pounds when it's empty, not including the insulating sides and the insulating top. It's only 17 pounds. If you needed to take it somewhere, you absolutely can. So I think that's really all I got. If you're not doing the cold plunge, I highly recommend it. At the very least, it's a challenge. It starts the day off with a challenge. You feel like you actually accomplished something when you get out and you have to blow dry your body warm. So again, thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. You have a wonderful day.